Gosh, I'm so tired, I have no idea what to play. Alright, that'll do. Well, hello there. So recently there was an announcement made by Bandai Namco regarding a certain Code Vein 2, and upon seeing this, I realized, wait a minute, if there's a sequel, maybe there's a prequel. And fuck me, there actually is. My own genius frightens me sometimes. So today we'll take a closer look at the 2019's Code Vein, or the horny anime Souls-like as some call it for reasons that will become rather obvious in the next few minutes. So before getting to the main course, the game prompts us to create a character in what I could only describe as something I never thought I'd spend 4 hours of my life on. Seriously, you can fuck around a lot in this menu. There's plenty of hairstyles or accessories you can edit to suit your degenerate tastes, and you have a complete liberty on where to place each and every item you select. You can also choose between a few different outfits, and I do wish there were more, but I guess 7 is a good number, so it's more of a remark than anything. And yes, I said 7, not 8. Because tell me, in what fucking world do you consider a towel to be a certified full outfit? But that's just nitpicking. As a whole, this character creation is a neat one. I mean, you can even change your bust size. You have the choice between average, big, and back pain, so I'd say it's pretty stacked. And you can argue all you want about wanting to play as a hot man or a hot woman, but I don't care one bit because in my case, I wanna play as Kasane Teto. So the game starts and we find ourselves in a post-apocalyptic world where we see our main protagonist, whom I will now refer to as Teto, waking up on the lap of a white-haired woman named Io, whom I will now refer to as wife. Your wife? No, our wife. Soon after waking up, Teto begins to feel dizzy, so seeing this, wife guides us towards something known as a blood spring, and upon consuming the liquid held in the fruit produced by it, Teto comes down, right before she and wife get captured by a group of uncharismatic thugs. Then there's a whole intro going on, but since narrating it would take time that I don't want to spend, I'll just let Teto walk you through it.
Hi, I'm Teto. I was told the world ended and humans got desperate, so they made vampires. They call them revenants. They don't die, but they need to drink blood from a human or a plant that makes blue light. I don't know how that works, but either way, I'm a revenant too, so I just roll with it. One day I woke up and I was in a pit full of mask-wearing creeps. It was weird, but then I was summoned by another creep. He said,
"Go find blood beads down in the tunnels, or we'll kill your friend."
I thought to myself, he did his hair like a drag queen. I laughed. He looked at me. I looked at him. He looked at Io. Io looked at me. I looked at Io looking at me. He said,
"Fuck off."
So I did. I went down with a guy named Oliver. He seemed nice. I couldn't know for sure since he was wearing a face mask, but the thought of being with a nice guy was reassuring. He said,
"We'll make it together."
I heard.
"I'll fuck you up later."
This scared me, so I scrammed. When I got back to the surface, the leader was dead, and Io was unconscious next to him. I thought maybe I was gonna get lucky for saving Io. She woke up and said, "Thank you for saving me." I was definitely gonna get lucky. Then a guy appeared. He said,
I'm Louis. Come with me. I know a place where we can rest.
It seemed fishy, but thinking back, everything else was worse. So I followed. Anyway, I'm Teto, and none of this makes sense.
So the basics of Code Vein's gameplay are pretty much what you'd expect out of these kinds of games, with the different weapon types, like a variety in the attacks, weight management, but there's a few things worth looking at, with the first being the drain mechanic. To cast spells in this game, you need a resource named Icar, which is replenished by hitting enemies. You can only hold a limited amount, and while you can suck Icar out of monsters like a true vampire like Rene would, oh god, that excites me, you can increase this amount by performing a backstab, a parry, or simply by doing this. And in some cases, these actions also trigger some kind of fatality-looking cutscene, which looks real tight, until you've seen it so many times that it becomes as annoying as an ad popping up in the middle of a YouTube video. And for the record, I wanted to put an ad here for the joke, but I can't since I don't have enough subscribers, so... yeah, subscribe! It's cool and all, but an essential part of the gameplay revolves not around your own abilities, but those of your partners. As mentioned by Teto, after joining Louis, we'll meet his other allies in what will serve as the central hub for the remainder of the adventure. The characters here, along with any future allies who join your cause, may accompany you on your outings to fight by your side. However, the reason why they're essential isn't their pretty ass, but because they're also the primary way you have to obtain blood codes. In the lore, blood codes are what defines a revenant's powers. To the player, They are essentially customizable patterns your character can switch between. They determine your specs and contain spells that are exclusive to each blood code, but you can also make those spells available for other blood codes by quote-unquote mastering them, which is just a fancy way to say that you're gonna kill a whole bunch of people. And let me tell you, there's a lot of different builds to try out, because there's a lot of characters whose blood code you can acquire. We've got Wife, the Wife, Louis, the I'm a tortured man with a past and my bangs are hiding my right eye because it makes me 20% more mysterious, Coco, the totally original hot mechanic, Yakumo has a gun, Mia, the Russian big sister who only wears lingerie, Nicolas, Mia's little brother, Mia's dead little brother, Davis, he exists, and the last of the spoiler-free zone, Murasame. I have nothing funny to say here except why the hell would you choose to wear this during the apocalypse, but you know what, never mind, because she's fucking 13. Okay, I had my fun, so now I'm gonna be real for a sec. Most characters are so flat. Are you sure about that? No, I mean yes, but not like that. It's just that their whole personality revolves around being walking, cheesy anime cliches. Maybe I'm a bit hard on them, but many feel one-dimensional and they just stay the same for the whole game. Even Mia, who's supposed to have a whole thing with her brother, just gets a bit of screen time at first, but after that she's just there. I'm not saying they're shit, but with the amount of cutscenes and dialogues there is in the game, they could have had something better going on for them. Although overall, if you take the gameplay and embrace this kind of cliché vibe the characters have, then the package seems pretty neat, right? Except, you know, disappointment is my demise. The glass is always half empty to me, so let me tell you about the one thing about Code Vein that makes me want to jump through my window. The motherfucking vestiges. When you take someone's blood code, most of its spells will be locked. So in order to unlock them, you first need to find these red shards lying around called vestige. Vestiges hold the memories of a revenant, and once you find one, you bring it to Wife to get access to the spells. But, and that's the funny bit, you first have to experience the memory held in the vestige through a scripted walking sequence that shows you its owner's past. Yeah, so with that being said, here's 10 seconds of me doing a vestige. Who the hell came up with this? It's the ultimate pace breaker. I can't read faster cause I need to wait for the dialogues, and I can't walk faster cause the game is an asshole and won't fucking let me. And you have to go through this. Otherwise, not only will you lock yourself out of the good ending, but you'll also straight up miss half the story. I love that some of these scenes remind me of the secret ending in 𝓱𝓸𝓻𝓷𝔂, but this is nowhere near enough to justify the hours of my life I lost doing this. Because do you know how many hours of walking you'll be doing? 5. By comparison, the cutscenes only total 3 hours, against 5 fucking hours of this.
Fuck this shit.
You know what, normally that's the part where I give more context about the lore and story, so I'll just do that instead. So in the past, some creatures spawned and revenants were created to fight them, but they went crazy and became the Lost. So the government asked a little girl to be the queen of the Lost, but she became crazy as well, so they chopped her into 4 relics to seal her. Wait, no, first Teto killed her, because there was this Operation Queen Slayer in the past and we were part of it, but some guy stabbed us in the heart, so we died, but anyway, now we are alive and relics are stored inside people called the Successors, who are now also becoming crazy unless we restore their memories with the vestiges. Then there's EO's clones that were created by the Queen, who was actually a good guy, so the clones are here to God, fuck this. Everyone is a vampire with Alzheimer and you have to save the world from a bunch of furries going crazy. Code Vein, like many others, follows the same recipe popularized by Dark Souls, with a level design that tries to replicate what its forefather did. Without talking about some really stupid details like this ladder that only goes down once you touch the statue, which is 10 meters away from it, the level design in itself is painfully inconsistent. Sometimes it's a blast, like with the one in the desert, but sometimes it's just the most confusing, empty hallways you've ever seen in a game. Wait, no, I'm being unfair. They're not empty. They've got holes. Fuck me. It's just a bit sad that it doesn't feel that interesting to explore. There's a lack of ambience, all of it seems a bit artificial. I just know that I'm going through a level in a video game, it doesn't feel like there is a world beyond me. If you want a counter-example, games like Dark Souls or Nier Automata use architecture and design to imply history and death, so the player feels like they're a part of a much bigger world rather than one built solely for them. And I like that.
I like it.
Though take this with a grain of salt. It's one of those things I find myself paying close attention to in games like these. And on the bright side, from time to time 𝓱𝓸𝓻 puts some pretty amusing NPCs on your path, to say the least. I mean, take this guy. This sucker wants me to fetch a sleeping bag that's literally sitting 20 meters away from him. Well, sure, I've got nothing better to do. Want me to jerk you off in your sleep while I'm at it, you stupid bitch? However, one thing that I will gladly give to this game is that it looks great. They obviously aim for an anime-looking art direction, and it works. The cell shading is really neat, be it the environments, this is fine, the main characters whom are full of details, and even the enemies, not the regular ones. I mean, they look cool, but the bestiary is embarrassingly small for a game this size, and don't try to pull the "oh, but there's variants with different colors." No, shut up, nobody likes you, you're adopted. That is why I will gladly ignore them and instead focus on the bosses, which are... Well, every single joke that comes to my mind might be held against me in the court, so let's just say they are distinguished. And I am more than happy to tell you that they follow the same logic as the ones in Neo, which states, the deadlier the boss, the hotter they are. Literally. Though I wouldn't say it's accurate, because even when the boss is extremely hot, again, literally, it's actually hard to die against it. The game is supposed to be balanced around the fact that you always have an ally assisting you, but because they have a spell to revive you with unlimited use, you can pretty much cheese through the game if you're smart about it. When you die, it's either because your ally straight up forgets about you, or because your character's clunky movements get in the way when you're doing parkour. Yeah, I can't figure out why, but somehow my character feels very stiff. Bro, that's your fault. She has back pain because you chose the bigger breast. Oh, so that's why. Worth it.
What a strange person.
I know I've been mean toward 𝓱𝓸𝓻, and it might sound like I hate it and it sucks and all of that, but, well, shit, I actually had a really nice time playing it. It's like a guilty pleasure kind of situation, because I am aware of its problems, except I enjoyed it regardless. And you know, whatever I say, this game nearly had a collab with Pizza Hut, so it's a 10 out of 10. Although since I'll never get back the 5 hours of my life I spent on the vestiges, here is my true final verdict. Well, hello there, I hope you enjoyed this video. If that's the case, don't hesitate to subscribe, it's always appreciated. And you can always leave your comment down below to share which jiggle physics you like the best. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go sleep in your kitchen. Never again. Alright, now that's just weird.